the now moment, which is separate from the past and separate from the future. And there is no now moment, which is separate from the past and the future. So in order to be in the now moment and to engage in the essential process of enlightened living, it's a process that I've got to engage in. It's an action I have to engage in literally in every second. And the basic action is, right? The basic action is nowing. Nowing. Does that make sense? Nowing as a verb. N-O-W-I-N-G, nowing. I step into the depth of the now, but in the depth of the now, I have history and I have future. The demarcating characteristic of enlightenment, my friends, and by enlightenment, we mean the realization of my purpose as a human being. When I actually fulfill, I actually become who I could be, who I was meant to be. I'm aligned with the cosmic purpose for my life. And of course, that begins with the realization that there's a cosmic purpose for my life. So I've got to realize there's a purpose, and I align with that purpose. And then there are certain, what I would call litmus tests for enlightenment. And litmus tests for enlightenment are the ability to experience the full, radical newness and importance of the moment as it's happening, and not get caught in somehow going blind, going deaf, being unable to see the significance and beauty of a moment, being unable to hear the resonance of the moment, being unable to smell the fragrance of the moment, being unable to taste the moment, being unable to touch the moment. Because all healing lives in the moment itself. That's why in Hebrew, the word for ragua, right? Deep, spacious, opening, relaxation, when we fall into the depth of who we are, is the same word. It's the same three-letter Hebrew root as rega, which means the moment. And in the moment is its own spaciousness. So the capacity to open the moment. Now, to open the moment, I can't do a kind of, with all due respect to my friend Eckhart, I can't do an Eckhart Tolle kind of power of the now thing. Or truly my friend, I don't know Eckhart, but truly my friend Ramdas, Richard Alpert, and we liked each other a lot, had a deep love for each other, who talked about be here now. So be here now, and the power of the now is the way it was expressed, and the way it's classically expressed doesn't actually get us there. Because that's about the now moment, which is separate from the past and separate from the future. And there is no now moment, which is separate from the past and the future. So in order to be in the now moment and to engage in the essential process of enlightened living, it's a process that I've got to engage in. It's an action I have to engage in literally in every second. And the basic action is, right? The basic action is nowing. Nowing. Does that make sense? Nowing as a verb. N-O-W-I-N-G, nowing. I step into the depth of the now, but in the depth of the now, I have history and I have future. I have past and future. Past and future live together in the now. So I'm aware of, I'm deeply connected to history and tradition. I'm also deeply connected to the uniqueness of my experience right here in the now. And I feel the future actually available to me here in the present. So for example, I can hear the future generations turning to us in this moment, in this now moment, and saying, are you going to lay your lives down? Are you going to give everything to make sure that we're going to be born? Right? Because We're not in any kind of place where we know that the future will be born. Right? The possibility of the future being unborn or being stillborn, what we call existential risk, right? The meta crisis that's quite real in this moment in time requires the fullness of our presence in the now and the fullness of our response, but it's got to be a now that is not a short-term now, right? We need a kind of wider perspective. We need to get out of our temporal myopia. We're so focused on Ram Dass's now or Eckhart Tolle's no, which are both sweet and lovely modern people reformulating ideas of mystical enlightenment, which said it's only the now. No. In the now is the past and the future, right? So in this now, right, in which we're bringing with us the depth of wisdom of the past, of all the great traditions in their validated insights, both in pre-modernity and modernity and post-modernity. And with this deep reaching for the future and feeling what the future needs for us now. Right? That's the quality of enlightenment. And that quality I have to re-experience in every now moment. In every now moment, I've got to re-experience that. And that's the invitation.